You are born blind into darkness that tastes like dust and old bread. Warm bodies press against you on every side. A shivering pile of siblings wedged inside a torn cardboard box hidden behind a broken washing machine in the basement of an enormous apartment block. The concrete floor is cold. The metal machine hums and vibrates above your head. And the air smells of detergent, mold, and human shoes. You do not know what a city is. You only know the rhythmic thud of footsteps overhead and the thunder of distant trains that shake the pipes above your nest like metal thunder. Your fur grows in, your eyes open, and the world explodes into dim shapes and bright dangers. You are smaller than a human hand, gray-brown with a pale belly, whiskers constantly twitching, black eyes always reflecting the slightest glimmer of corridor light. Your mother shows you how to press your body flat against the wall when doors open. How to freeze when a shape larger than a cat passes the doorway. How to sniff the air before you move your paws. Food is crumbs, rice, dried noodles stolen from torn plastic bags, greasy pieces of fried chicken dropped behind trash cans. Every discovery tastes like survival. You are 3 weeks old now and the basement is no longer enough. The smell of food from the floors above pulls at you like a tide. You learn the ladder of the building. The pipes that led from the laundry room to the kitchen on the first floor. The gap under a door where warm air and the scent of soup leak into the hallway. You run along skirting boards and squeeze through holes in plaster. Your tail straight out for balance. Human voices boom around you. Televisions flash painful light, and enormous shoes slam the floor so hard that your bones feel it. To you, a dropped spoon landing on tile is as loud as a falling tree. The city outside the walls enters your life as vibration and echo long before you see it. One night the humans leave the basement door open and a gust of cold air pours in carrying the smell of rain, petrol, and hot metal. You follow your mother to the edge of the doorway. The alley stretches out like a canyon between gray cliffs of brick and concrete. Above, neon signs buzz, windows glow, and sirens scream in the distance. Pools of water shine on the asphalt, reflecting a broken copy of the sky. The city is enormous, loud, and bright, and you are a trembling scrap of fur at its feet. You are 2 months old now and you live mostly in the alley. You learn that the city feeds those who risk it. At night you raid overflowing dumpsters behind a restaurant, burrowing through mountains of cabbage leaves, fish bones, and rice. Your paws sink into soft, sour slot. The metal walls are slick with oil. Cockroaches scatter ahead of your nose. Sometimes a rat twice your size appears, yellow teeth bared, and you flatten your ears and back away because you are quick but you are not strong. You know your place on this food chain. Above you are cats, owls, crows, and humans. Below you are crumbs and fear. Your first close call comes with a cat. It waits on top of the dumpster. A gray shadow with eyes like green headlights. You climb the rusted wheel. And suddenly the world is claws and hot breath. The cat pounces, but you have already launched yourself sideways, scraping your belly along the metal edge so fast that it burns. The cat's paw slams the spot where your head was an instant before. You hit the ground awkwardly, twist, and dart under the dumpster, heart beating so hard that your ribcage feels ready to crack. The cat reaches under with hooked claws and snags only your tail tip, leaving a tiny scar that aches for days. A permanent reminder that one slow step will end you. You are 6 months old now and you have moved inside the walls of a bakery. To a mouse, this place is a cathedral of flour and sugar. At night warm air rises from the ovens and a snow of crumbs falls from steel tables. You follow a web of pipes to a hidden gap behind a stack of flour sacks. And this becomes your new kingdom. You leave greasy footprints in the dust. You chew tiny tunnels through the paper sacks. And you fall asleep full so often that you start to believe that you might be lucky. Humans notice. One day a square of bread appears in the middle of the floor. Strangely clean, strangely perfect. Your whiskers tell you something is wrong. You stay in the shadows and watch a cousin stroll out, nose first, to investigate. There is a flash, a snap like broken bone, and the body of your cousin hangs limp from a metal bar. You learn to recognize the smell of metal springs and fresh peanut butter as the perfume of death. You are 1 year old now and you are no longer the smallest mouse in the walls. You mate with a nervous brown female that shares your pipes. And soon there are pink bundles squeaking in a nest of shredded paper and stolen cloth. You bring them food, crumbs stolen from countertops, seeds from spilled bird feed on a balcony, grains of rice stolen from a bowl left near the sink. The city is no kinder to fathers. You dodge wheels of bicycles in underground parking lots. You sprint across kitchen tiles with your claws slipping on the smooth surface while a human shouts and throws a shoe. Once a broom slams down so close to you that the gust of air flips you onto your side. You roll and keep running because stopping is the same as dying. The city changes as seasons turn. In summer, heat rises from the asphalt like breath from some enormous animal. In winter, the wind blows through alley cracks like knives. Pipes groan, radiators clank, and you huddle with your family near a warm water line while snow piles silently on the fire escape outside. Food grows scarce. The restaurant throws away less. Humans seal gaps with steel wool and poison. The sweet smell of bait creeps into your world, and some of your siblings nibble it, returning with bright eyes and wobbly steps before they stiffen and grow cold. You learn to distrust anything that smells too good and tastes of metal. You are 2 years old now and your body begins to show the price of the city. Your teeth are worn from chewing plastic and wood. Your left ear bears a notch from a fight with a rival male. Your back legs do not spring quite as high as before. And sometimes when you land after a long jump your joints throb. A new generation of mice races through the pipes. Faster and more reckless than you. They challenge you for the bakery tunnel. For the safest routes through the walls. You snap and chase them off for a while. Then one night, after a narrow escape from a glue trap that robs you of several clumps of fur, you realize that you are breathing harder than the young ones and that your heart takes longer to calm. The city does not slow down just because you do. Cars still roar past the alley entrance, sending waves of air that rattle loose paper and lift your whiskers. Garbage trucks still grind and roar at dawn, crushing bags of food and dead things into metal mouths. Humans still stamp and shout when a gray blur crosses their floor. You still need to eat, so you still leave your fragile safety to run along cables, squeeze under doors, and plunge your nose into strange shadows that might hide bread or teeth. Every meal feels like a small robbery from a world that would rather erase you. One rain-soaked night, hunger pushes you farther than usual. The bakery has sealed its walls with steel sheets. Your pipes now lead to a new place. A supermarket basement filled with towering shelves of packaged food, humming refrigerators, and a floor scrubbed with chemicals that sting your nose. Traps line the corners like an army of metal jaws. You avoid them, weaving along the wall, following the faint smell of spilled cereal. Your paws are wet and cold. Your fur is heavy with rainwater. You are slower than you were at 6 months. And you know it. You are almost 3 years old now. An old age for a city mouse. Your vision feels grainier, as if the world is covered with a thin fog. Your whiskers still work but your hearing muffles the higher sounds. You emerge from a crack beside a stack of cardboard boxes and the gleam of a plastic wrapper draws your attention. Shiny crumbs sparkle under the fluorescent light. Your stomach twists with emptiness. You sniff the air. You smell metal and oil. But these smells live everywhere in the city. Baked into concrete, soaked into the cardboard, rising from the metal shelves. You step forward, shoulder brushing the edge of a low wooden block that smells faintly of peanut butter. The impact is sudden and merciless. A bar of steel swings down from above, slamming the back of your neck, pinning your body to the wooden base. Pain explodes through you, then sharpens into a strange stillness. Your paws twitch but cannot find ground. You smell your own scent, sharp with fear. Your heart races and then begins to slow. Around you, the supermarket hums, refrigerators buzz, air conditioning sighs, and human footsteps come and go without noticing a small gray body caught in a corner. To the city you are the size of a misplaced coin. To yourself you are an entire universe of memories, basement darkness, neon alleys, near misses with cats, the warm bodies of your pups pressed against you under winter pipes. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your eyes fix on the strip of light between boxes where the hallway stretches away. A long tunnel you will never run again. Somewhere behind the walls other mice are still racing along cables and pipes. Still dodging brooms and claws. Still sniffing at the edge of traps with hearts pounding. Somewhere a new litter is being born. Tiny and blind. Inside a nest of shredded receipt paper and stolen cloth. The city continues to roar, blaze, and glitter, indifferent to the brief lives that scurry at its foundations. For a small mouse in a giant city, survival is a daily coin toss played between wheels, claws, poison, and hunger. And today your luck finally runs out. Life as a city mouse is short, dangerous, and strangely unfair. A constant sprint between shadows where every heartbeat is a victory borrowed from a world that never promised you safety in the first place.